Hi, hello, good morning, friends. How are you? How are you? We have quite the crunchy week ahead. Astrologically, if you're interested in the full breakdown of that, you can come on over and find us on Substack. I wrote y'all a nice long article. Ooh, somebody's getting an apology or a love offer. Somebody asking you out for coffee. Something. Also, today is the last day of the sale, 4 for 40. And just use code 444 at checkout. I've also decided that I am going to raise my prices a bit from the $20. They'll either be $33 or $44. I'm going to see. Ooh, then we get Big Daddy Emperor here. So today's the last day to get cheap readings. What else do we need to know, please? What's going on? Okay. Also, tomorrow is the 7/7 portal. We'll talk about it. But start getting your manifestations ready. Aha! Now you can see me. The power of the ring light. Okay. We have the Emperor and the Empress on the board. So we also have the Devil. We got a couple of aces. We got a couple of new beginnings here. We got some speed. Okay. So we have Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn on the board here. Today's energy, it feels like the moment right before everything starts moving. Okay, I've told you guys this before, but like I now quantify my life like pre-Billy and post-Billy. Not just because of him, but because he, being my flame, being my person, he ignited my spiritual journey. And whenever I get down in the feels and I start getting really weighed down by like the notion or the idea that nothing is ever going to be good again. You know, we all have those days that everything is just going to be like a 10 of wands feeling. I try to remind myself to think back to the day before I met Billy, where it just was like doldrum, do the thing, da-da-da. Not knowing that the next day, my entire life was about to be blown up, right? In a good way. That's the kind of vibe that we have today. It's like it's the day before Bree met Billy when everything was blah, unaware that everything is about to start moving real fast. So we have the Page of Cups, we have the Emperor, we have the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reversed, and the Page of Wands. Something that felt stalled or disappointing or lackluster isn't quite as dead as you thought, because the Ten of Swords reversed is giving like, wait, there's still some life here. You know, we can heal this. Combined with the two pages, this feels like fresh news, unexpected messages, new ideas, or somebody kind of testing the waters instead of making a grand entrance, okay? Instead of getting a love letter, you get a text that's like, hi, I tried out a recent ramen recipe. If you know, you know. So this, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords in the overall energy, this is telling us that your whole life, your world is going to change really fast once the clarity hits. You're finally getting the truth, or you are making a decision, or you hear something that just gets everything kind of moving again. And sometimes it's just one conversation that changes the entire timeline. For our advice today, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Domestic bliss and passion, anyone? But basically the advice is like, you have a huge green light right now. Probably because Neptune's about to go retrograde. He's about to go to sleep so we can all get back to living our lives. But, I paused it at 4:14. This is telling us to stop waiting for permission, okay? To start the project, to send the text, to apply for the thing, book the trip, say yes to what is lighting you up, because joy is actually the compass today. Do what makes you feel good. And no, that doesn't mean that you have my permission to bed rot on the couch and catch up on the Bear episodes, although that's all I want to do. But follow your joy, okay? All right, so for what we don't see coming, this is spicy. We have the Devil, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, we have the Empress, and we have the Six of Wands. Somebody call Sean Evans because shit is getting spicy. I'm just going to call it like I see it. The Devil to the Eight of Wands to the Six of Cups. This is an ex that is texting you. Now, to be fair, this also could be like an old situation that's picking up speed. But something from the past is moving fast. I rhymed. Now, I don't hate it, okay? I don't think this is something that's going to pull you down, really. Because with the Empress and the Six of Wands, this is suggesting that whatever is unfolding from this interaction has the potential to make you feel sexy, okay? To boost your confidence, to boost your money, your abundance, your creativity, and or your visibility. This could be like a personal win. If you do content like I do, maybe you finally have a viral video. This could also be like getting a promotion or getting recognized at work. Or simply feeling like you're back, baby. You are back in your power. That kind of feeling. Oh, I paused it at 555. Ew. But can we talk about the double aces? Because aces are always new beginnings when they're in the upright. And two aces always make me pay attention because they're less about maybe and they're more about like the potential being placed directly into your hands. Ace of Swords, one of my favorite cards in all of tarot. It brings like a new truth, a new perspective or conversation. And the reason why I love Ace of Swords is because it's clarity. It's a mental breakthrough. Because once we know, then we can go. Now, we also have the Ace of Wands, okay? Ace of Wands brings the spark, the chutzpah, to actually do something with the clarity that we're getting from the Ace of Swords. So together, these two new beginnings are telling us first comes the clarity and then comes the courage. So today's energy isn't asking you to have the whole plan, okay? It's asking you to recognize the opening when it appears.